Good morning, Roll Gang. It's time to wake up and smell the flowers on this Motivational Monday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. I am your host, Processor Sky here, same as every weekday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time for another episode of the show where we break down some cannabis content, and get on with our weekday, Roll Gang. It is so good to see you guys this morning. Beautiful Monday morning here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and the perfect morning to share some motivational quotes from one of my favorite philosophers, Roy T. Bennett. So excited to get on into this episode, but if this is the first time you're tuning in to the Weekday Wake and Bake, we go live 8 a.m. Pacific time every weekday morning, brought to you by Oaksterdam University, the first of its class cannabis college. Guys, if you're trying to claim your stake in the industry surrounding this amazing plant, Oaksterdam is a place where you can literally learn everything there is to know about this unbelievable industry. They have a multitude of incredible professors that teach everything from growing to business, legislation, compliance, you name it, they got it. So hit up Oaksterdam University for your cannabis education. Put that thing on your resume and get on into this amazing industry. If you use promo code Rolling Spoon, one word, Rolling Spoon, you get 10% off your tuition at Oaksterdam University. So promo code Rolling Spoon. Huge shout out to Oaksterdam University, sponsor of the Weekday Wake and Bake. And also brought to you by the Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool, the official way to roll a dime every time, certified. And whenever you're scooping your herb out of your grinder and you're keeping your fingers nice and fresh and procuring it beautifully amongst the paper and your joints burning unbelievably crisp and slow and even, you can think of your Rolling Spoon. So super excited to roll one of these certified dimes here on this Motivational Monday episode of the show and talk about some motivational quotes from a really unbelievable philosopher, Roy T. Bennett, who self-proclaimed himself, but it's not just self-proclaimed. He called himself the life fulfillment philosopher, the father of life fulfillment philosophy. And he wrote this book, The Light in the Heart. And essentially this book is an incredibly valuable piece of literature that gives insight on creating significance in your life. And I just think he does a great job of giving us tips on how to feel more fulfilled and how to really attack things that'll give us a sense of moral fulfillment, for sure. So every Monday morning to kick off the week, love to get our mindset straight on a Motivational Monday episode of the show. Every Monday on the Weekday Wake and Bake, we try to get oriented for the week. Roll Gang, we try to, we know that it's not always going to be easy, but we have to fight through the adversity. And Mondays are the epitome of adversity in a form of a day. So basically, we have a brand new week upon us, and but that's the thing. A brand new week is a brand new week of opportunities, and who knows what's going to go down this week, Roll Gang. But one thing's for sure is we got to orient ourselves and get ready to tackle this week. So Super excited to burn this joint and get motivated on this motivational Monday of the weekday wake and bake. Sorry, I had to lick it and stick it, roll gang. We're ready to go here. We're ready to burn here on this weekday morning. 8 a.m. Pacific time. Use my rolling spoon poker end to pank it down and give her a little spark. So actually, while I spark it up, let's get on into the first motivational Monday quote here on the weekday wake and bake. So Roy T. Bennett, life fulfillment philosopher, author of lots of great books, including The Light in the Heart. The Light in the Heart. Roll gang, he's all over. That's his most famous work. But he's pretty much, Roy T. Bennett is pretty much a professional at finding significance in your life, at digging deep within and finding something that'll lead to a fulfilling life. So the first motivational Monday quote here is, "Do not fear failure, but rather fear not trying." So do not fear failure, rather fear do not trying. So everybody, whenever you're thinking about doing something, you're thinking about rejection or failing or something that could be wrong. The word is worried. But last motivational Monday, we said worry is a misuse of imagination. And it's super important to be worried, but not in the way we think. So I think our greatest fear should be regret. So our biggest fear, the thing we should be most scared of, is that true internal sensation of regret. But the only thing about regret is you can only regret something you didn't take the opportunity to do. So in the moment, if you can just tell yourself to act. Listen, tell yourself to fail. Tell yourself to try to succeed, but tell yourself it's so okay. In fact, it's still beneficial. You'll learn from a failure. What you will not learn from is not trying, is not making the attempt. And you will definitively learn from the pain of the regret that will follow. So make sure that you don't fear failure itself. Fear not trying. Because if you don't try, you're leaving yourself open for regret of what could have been. What could have been. We gotta get up and act, roll gang. This is what Motivational Monday is all about. Turning talk and thoughts into action and really getting the fuck after it. Just like we did here on the Wake and Bake. We talked about the certified dime. I'm going to talk my ass off and let it go out. I know it, but gotta have the dime rolled by the rolling spoon. Cannabis multi-tool. I mean, this joint is just pristine. I'm absolutely loving smoking it with you guys, roll gang. On this Motivational Monday, we're getting motivated. We're going to tackle this week, roll gang. Let's get stoned and get motivated on this Motivational Monday. So the next quote coming from RTB, Roy T. Bennett, the author of The Light in the Heart, self-proclaimed life fulfillment philosopher. Most of us learn to love people and use things rather than love things and use people. Most of us must learn to love people and use things rather than love things and use people. So every single one of us is the superstar of our own movie. It is really, really our world, roll gang. Like, truly, think about this. You listening to this right now are player one. You are in the pilot seat of your destiny, and everything that comes in your life is on you, from here on out. And it is a blessing to have that control and power, but it is a curse to have this ambiguity and to be really harnessing the reins of our entire life. We could end it. But we truck forward. And why? Because we love each other. We love things because of love. That's why we truck forward. No matter what it is, whether it's a love of your ideology, some type of passion. But most of us must learn to love people and use things rather than love things and use people. And RTB really putting a great emphasis on this because player ones relate to each other. Just because we're in the driver's seat of our own life, it doesn't mean you're going to live a fulfilling life if you go up to a mountain and live by yourself in a cave and hunt for your food. It is not going to lead to a more fulfilling life to find a love for all of these inanimate objects. The love in people is giving and receiving love. To receive it, you must give it, and if you receive it, they expect it returned. You know what I mean? And I do find there to be a lot of significance in loving things as well, like loving activities, loving your hobbies, loving cannabis. But the most value, the most fulfillment you can get in love is from person to person. So don't forget about loving people. And this week, let's put a major emphasis on spreading love. Let's be super dedicated to the act of spreading love. And even whenever other people aren't dedicated, because remember, they're player one in their story. And it's not your fault if they're not as dedicated to love as you are. But you are dedicated to loving. And you are dedicated to not hating. And so even whenever you face adversity in the face of a hateful individual, try your best to turn it back into love. And that, Roll Gang, that is power. When you can harness people's disdain and their hatred, and you can generate love through it, you win. You win. Game, set, match. Most of us must learn to love people and use things rather than loving things and using people. RTB with the heat. Roy T. Bennett. So the next quote from Roy T. Bennett on this weekday, Roy T. Bennett, Motivational Monday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake, says, never underestimate the big importance of the small things. And this is an interesting quote from Roy T. Bennett because it goes against something that I've learned from a young age. The don't sweat the small shit. And Roll Gang, just like everything in life, I think instead of this being such a definitive, I do find it to be more of a balance. Don't sweat the small stuff and never underestimate the big importance of the small things. They're two alternating facts, but both of them can be true. So the way that I am taking this is whenever you deem something significant in life, the minute details of what you have deemed significant become of uber importance. For example, I love weed. I deem it super significant. So I've learned the small details about the science and the intricacies of the plant and how to roll it, how to smoke it, learning how to grow it, but creating platforms that run alongside with this amazing plant and really just diving into the really minute details of this amazing plant in the industry. I think another great example of not underestimating the big importance of the small things would be Formula One driver, an F1 driver. These people have deemed themselves the best drivers in the world. You know, driving is super significant, and specifically driving these ultra detailed cars on these ultra detailed tracks. And the smallest little inch, whenever curving an apex on a turn, the smallest little detail results in a quicker time, and a quicker time results in a faster race. So small things, never underestimate their big importance, but only in the things you deem significant, Roll Gang, because you can't sweat all the small shit. You can't. So find what you love and really dive in wholeheartedly, full body. You know, small things are hugely important whenever you care. And that is a fact, Roll Gang. So the next quote on this Motivational Monday from RTB is about belief. It's about belief. And this is something that's it rings super loud to me in particular. If you believe very strongly in something, stand up and fight for it. If you believe very strongly in something, stand up and fight for it. These are all examples of the same shit, Roll Gang. The only significance in life, the only shit you deem significant is the shit you deem significant. That's right. Yeah, super circular. I didn't misspeak. The only shit you deem significant is the shit you deem significant. You know? It's not like there's this neon sign, some rule book of the ways we should do things. There are ways to lead a fulfilling life, and there are ways to lead a sad life. If you believe strongly in something, stand up and fight for it. I believe in you guys, Roll Gang. We are lovers. We are not haters. And if you believe it strongly in something, I believe you too. So stand up and fight. Show people your fight. You know, you might inspire others. But, I mean, that's the goal in this life, is to find something you deem significant enough to stand up and fight for. We gotta find something, Roll Gang. Life is short. We gotta find something to fight for. It's the only thing worth living. And we can find it this week, Roll Gang. Let's fucking get after it. If we already know what we're fighting for, then good. But we're always looking for new significance. But if you believe very strongly in something, stand up and fight for it. No doubt about it. So 2 last quotes from Roy T. Bennett here on the Motivational Monday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake, the Roy T. Bennett Special, brought to you by Oaksterdam University, the first ever cannabis college and the predominant way to gain cannabis industry knowledge. 20 plus of the finest industry professionals teaching classes. The man who taught Berner how to grow pot is one of the professors at the show at the Oaksterdam University, Ed Rosenthal. Just an absolutely classic school where you can learn about the plant we love. Use promo code Rolling Spoon to get 10% off your resume building linchpin. Oaksterdam University Education. Promo code Rolling Spoon, 10% scholarship. So back to this Motivational Monday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. Roy T. Bennett is a life fulfillment philosopher and an absolute classic at that. Author of The Light in the Heart. We have 2 more motivational quotes from Roy T. Bennett. I'm going to spark up and get on into them. So the next quote here on this Motivational Monday from Roy T. Bennett says, quote, "You have to stop letting other people's opinions control you." Another amazing balancing act. Kind of people are significant, but their opinions don't control, it is crazy. So, people's opinion matter. In fact, they matter a ton. They should matter to you. Other people's opinion. You should love them for their opinion. But one thing I know factually is it's different than yours. And everybody is different, There are similar people, there are different people, but everybody is different. And we have to learn to love and appreciate people's differences, not just accept them. But other people's opinions are theirs. They belong in their house, in their brain, in their bed. They're their opinions. You create yours. I can believe in my heart that I'm an alien. I can believe in my heart that I am not human. And guess what? I'm not. It doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. If the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You are the beholder, Roll Gang. Don't abuse your power to be able to create your own opinion and formulate your own reality. But wow, what a life hack. Your opinions are the only ones that matter. You love other people. Wow, you have a really cool opinion. It's very different than mine. But guess what? It's an opinion, and it's your opinion. And I have mine, and nobody can change it. You know what I mean? You can. That's the beauty of it. You have the power to change your opinion. If you find some education or some information that proves something that you thought wrong, poof, magic. Adaptability. But the one thing I want you to stand on the hill for is your opinion, Roll Gang. Don't let other people's opinions affect you at all. At all. Be unflappable. Love them. Listen to the opinions. But as for power within your life, good opinions, bad opinions, don't let it rock the boat. Because at the end of the day, your opinion is the only opinion. It really is. You're player one. You are the star of the show. And your opinion is the only one that matters. The king can listen to his plebes as much as he wants. He or she, the queen, you guys, Roll Gang. I appreciate everybody tapping in, listening to this Motivational Monday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. Going through a bunch of motivational quotes from Roy T. Bennett. Super excited about it. Really appreciate everybody tuning in. King Pre-Gene, what's up, bro? What's up? Solomon Israel, yo, really appreciate everybody tapping in this morning. So I have one more motivational quote here from Roy T. Bennett here to share on this Motivational Monday, the Weekday Wake and Bake, before we sign off. And the quote is, "Stop trying to fit in. You were born to stand out." Stop trying to fit in. You were born to stand out. So let's go claim our spot in this world, Roll Gang. Let's go be ourselves this week. Let's go be ourselves this week. Let's find the power and the courage to turn our thoughts and our dreams into action. And you know what? Let's fail. Let's learn. Let's fail a bunch. But you know what? At least we'll have tried. So Roll Gang, really appreciate you guys tapping in. I hope you guys had a nice one sparked. Little pearl for your wake and bake. I have a pearl for mine. I'm going to go finish it because I yap a lot on the show. You know how it is, but I get nice and lit. I swear, talking while smoking, makes you, It makes you absorb the smoke more. It kind of stings a little bit more. You can feel it for sure. But, it feels so good because I love seshing with the Roll Gang. You guys are the absolute shit. I appreciate every last one of you guys tuning in. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. So much love to all of you guys. Hit me up if you need anything at all. If you want some Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tools, hit me up. Your Processor Sky. This has been a Motivational Monday of the Weekday Wake and Bake, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Quality Vegas Bud coming on the show for a super educational Terpene Tuesday, QVB Tuesday. We're going to learn about grow, and we're going to get a little update on our little plant that's been blooming, our other co-hosts. So have a great Monday, Roll Gang. Let's tackle this week, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time, same time, same place. Love you, Roll Gang.